It's on Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2024. This is another edition of Press Review. You're with me, Robert Edward, and I'm having two papers, the Daily Times and the Nation newspaper. In this program, we just take you through some of the stories making headlines. In these are our two diaries. I'm sure you are okay. You have worked up very well. If you are there listening to us while doing other things, you are welcome. And if you're also watching me right now, you are also welcome. This program won't be without you. I'll go straight into the Daily Times. There is a story, there are two stories actually on the first page. Number one is Irovo raises sugar prices and UDF blocks 9 aspirants. I'll take the Ilovo one. Ilovo Sugar Malawi PLC has increased the sugar prices across all pack sizes effective October 1st, 2024. A 1 kilogram packet of brown sugar will now retail at 2,600, up from 2,300. A statement from Ilovo attributes the price hike to inflationary costs across supply chain. According to the statement, the price of 1 kg packet of refined refined sugar has also risen to 2,950, while a bale of brown sugar is now selling for 48,758 kwacha. These are figures that are, according to the statement, emanating from the inflation across the supply chain. And the other reason was also stipulated in the statement. It's all over on the social media. You might be wanting to check for yourself. The next story is UDF blocks 9 aspirants. United Democratic Front, UDF, has rejected nomination papers from 9 candidates who were vying for different positions at its national elective conference. UDF will today hold its national indawa at Comesa Hall in Luntha. However, vetting process for nomination papers has rejected 9 individuals, notably faces who have been barred, including Ken Ndanga, who wanted to contest as Secretary General. A statement signed by Convention Chairperson Aisha Mambo Adams indicated that an independent body that was established to review the nomination found that Ndanga has been unsuccessful. Pre-existing disciplinary measures resulted in the candidate being asked to step aside from a senior MWC position, the statement said, citing a court case that the member is currently answering. Wow, without necessarily going to other people who have been barred, the 8 others, this particular one of Honorable Ken Ndanga really rings a bell in most of Malawians. He is indeed answering a case at the High Court, the criminal registrar, in connection to the tragic death of an entire family. That was in earlier 24, after a UTM office was torched down back in 2020. If I'm not, it was not 2021, if I'm not mistaken, but he is answering the charges in connection to that case, and he was trying to vie for the position of the Secretary General of the former ruling party. So he has been vetted out. Now to the Nation newspaper. On the front page, consumers reel as high prices bite hard. Irovo increases sugar prices, that's the sub-headline, and UDF U-turns on 8 aspirants, strike paralyzes public hospitals. Now, I think we should start with the UDF one, which is found on page 3. United Democratic Front has rescinded its decision to bar 8 aspirants from contesting for top position at the at the party's national elective conference, which starts today in Luntha. UDF chairperson, excuse me, that's got the convention chairperson, Aisha Mambo Adams. This woman is also a deputy, the second deputy speaker of the National Assembly. In an interview yesterday, said that the 8 successive appealed against their disqualification. However, said one aspirant, former publicity secretary Ken Ndanga, is still barred from contesting the The party had initially barred 9 hopefuls. Yeah, so I think the case we were talking about still remains as it is in the Daily Times. Now back to the front page. The story which says for people like 32-year-old Andy Pika, who owns a farm produce shop in Geisha Township in Zuzu City, the rise in price for goods such as fertilizer, cement and sugar are not helping matters. Many think the trend is pushing him and others in his shoes deeper into misery. Yeah, so that's what it's saying. Strike paralyzes public hospitals. Unattended to garbage, dirty linen, worsen patients' wounds. Patients in public hospitals yesterday woke up to the absence of attendants and cleaners after auxiliary healthcare staff staged a sit-in to praise the government to pay them their salary arrears dating back to December 2005. Wow. The disgruntled staff, who include hospital attendants, clerks, and cleaners, are claiming arrears which have accumulated to over 45 billion naira. The arrears emanated from a 52% increment effected in December 2005. Yeah, so that's the story. And there is a quote from Ombudsman Grace Marila, Honorable Ombudsman Grace Marila, who is saying, we engaged the ministry, that's the office of the Ombudsman, engaged the ministry. And on the second page of the national newspaper, there is a story, funding red tape cripple key projects in the north. Now that story, I am going to leave it like that. You buy yourself a copy and get some more meat of the story. Loans Board costs 29.4 billion for university needy students. The Higher Education Students Loans and Grants Board will, in the 2024-25 academic year, disburse 29.4 billion to cover tuition fees and upkeep for needy students pursuing various programs in public and private universities in the country. The figure is a rise from 24 billion the board disbursed in the 2023-24 academic year. And I think I should go back to the Daily Times. So we were in the Nation newspaper. MP spends second night in custody. Democratic Progressive Party, DPP member of Parliament for Majinga Central East constituency, David Wanje, was yesterday transferred from Majinga Police Station to Zomba Police Station, where he was expected to spend his second night in custody. Chibwanje, who is also the party's Deputy Secretary General for the Eastern Region, is expected to appear in court in the old capital following his arrest on Monday afternoon. Police picked him on allegation that he had uttered words encouraging DPP followers in his area to set ablaze anyone found in Malawi Congress Party regalia. Hey, it's no mango now, on the third page, maize deficit fuel prices. Malawi is experiencing a negative balance in maize supply, with overall production 28% lower than the 5 years average. Wow, that's not good news. Informal imports have proven insufficient to offset this deficit, according to an analysis by the Famine Air Warning System Network. Despite an increase in informal maize imports, which totaled approximately 99,043 metric tons from April to August 2024, compared to just 13,260 metric tons during the same period last year, representing a 630% increase in imbalance. It persists. So that's not a good news at all. Maize is not just a crop. It becomes political sometimes because it forms the main ingredients of the country's staple food for many households. And on the nation front, that's still in the Daily Times. We're on page 4. Deputy SPC calls for innovation in MDS. Deputy Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Janet Banda, has called on heads of ministries, department and agencies to shift their mindset and adopt an conventional business approach to ensure the timely achievement of the Malawi Implementation Plan MIP1 target. Yeah, so there is a meeting that is taking place yesterday until the 9th of October. So the Deputy SPC was speaking in her capacity of that position, and of course as the head of the Presidential Delivery Unit. And this is a high-level meeting. There are a lot of decision makers, and it's taking place in Lilongwe. Allow me to now quickly go into the Daily Times business page to see what is happening in the world of finance. Malawi committed to preserve IMF facility. President Lazarus Chakwera has assured International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva that his government remains committed to strengthening resilience against climate-related shocks by addressing government weakness. Chakwera said doing so would be part of a broader ongoing effort to keep the IMF-supported program in Malawi out of jeopardy. And I think we should go to the business page of the Nation newspaper. Let's hear what's going on. Apart from that story of Chakwera assuring IMF World Bank of sound fiscal policies, there is a story post-COVID tourist traffic low. That's according to the report. The country's tourist traffic remains below the levels of 2020. Development tourism sector players say signals that the sector is yet to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. That sounds too technical, but the Ziambandi Malawi thing, I still have some reservations because I believe so many Malawians may not be able to afford the amount of money that our tourist facilities charge. Looking at the hand-to-mouth economy of the country and the high cost of living versus how much people pays by the end of the month. For one to say, okay, I'm going to the lake, most of the times is because you have you are going for some works. You have finished probably earlier and you just want to visit the lake, but not because you really budgeted for that. Yeah, that's the arguments that some people advance. I'm still in the Nation newspaper. Now I'm on arts and culture. So, Art in the Park 11th edition Friday. Okay, the biannual Art in the Park is set for its 11th edition from this Friday to Sunday at Four Seasons Garden in Lilongwe, spearheaded by the Wildlife and Environmental Society of Malawi, WESIM, alongside various partners. The event creates a platform for visual arts to showcase their talents. It allows artists to bring artistic value to a range of to a range of clientele, including government officials, expertise, tourists, and art lovers. In an interview yesterday, WESIM Lilongwe branch manager Chifundo Dalileni said the event will feature exhibitions from 60 artists and artisans, highlighting crafts as another dimension of visual art. They have also expanded the area to accommodate more workshops. Yeah, so if you love art like me, that's where to go. And allow me to also have just on the arts and culture to see what's happening around the country or what is about to take place in the country. So Miss Culture Malawi to contest at Miss Culture Global. Wow. Reigning Miss Culture Malawi, Eileen Navicha, leaves the country tomorrow for South Africa, where she is set to participate in the Miss Culture Global contest to be held on Saturday. Navicha is a second-year student studying indigenous knowledge systems and practices at Malawi University of Science and Technology. Must said yesterday she's determined to win the crown for Malawi. Bring it on, bring it home, bring it home. We know we have what it means by building the country. And on that note, I think it's only fair to go to the world of sports at the back page of the Daily Times. Dream up in smoke. Under 20 bow out with defeat. Malawi under 20 national football teams hope of qualifying for the semi-finals of the Total Energy Africa Cup of Nations AFCON COSAFA qualifier for the first time in 13 years came to an end following a 3-2 defeat to Lesotho and at ABB Stadium 2 in Maputo, Mozambique yesterday. Okay. Alright. I won't speak much because I'm alone. Otherwise there'll be no one to control me. But let me go to the international sports. Airto banned from Cameroon games. Cameroonian Football Federation President Samuel Eto'o has been handed a 6-month ban from attending any international matches involving the Central African country by a FIFA disciplinary panel. The former Barcelona and Chelsea striker was sanctioned following breaches of 2 articles of the World Governing Body Disciplinary Code. The ban was issued in connection with the Under-20 Women's World Cup last 16 game between Cameroon and Brazil on September 11, which the South Americans won 3-1 after extra time. What else? So yeah,